So even if it's just dealing with problems like weeds, like this dandelion right here, they're going to make sure that they're taking care of it in a way that's safe for everyone. If you walk around the University of Illinois campus, you'll see one of these emergency booths nearly everywhere you go. The booths allow you to contact authorities with the simple push of a button. In the case of an active threat, however, you might not have time to do so. This leaves you with only 3 options. If you're planning on partying at a fraternity during unofficial, you're out of luck. The IFC will be making sure that no fraternities host any social events during the entirety of the weekend. Champaign city officials were hard at work this week, revisiting a plan they say will spruce up the downtown area. UI7's Hunter Warning has more on what this project could mean for local businesses. With these new programs, U of I becomes the first top 5 ranked accountancy program to offer an entirely online MS in accounting. Business professor Kevin Jackson is hopeful that this will only increase the college's reputation. While Alana Peck may not agree with the BDS movement, they hope to create a dialogue with its supporters to reach some sort of common ground on the matter. Here on Green Street, near the location of the first shooting, things are cleaned up and pretty much back to normal. Students are walking the streets, and police have evacuated the area to further their investigation. As you can see, this is a very public area, so the fact that a shooting occurred here has caused many students to fear for their overall safety. Here in Chase Baby's home studio, you get to see exactly what goes into the production and success of his music. From the looks of his equipment, it's not cheap or easy, but Chase's hard work has propelled him into the spotlight of the Champaign community. Killing weeds can be a troublesome task, especially if it's done with chemical sprays. Champaign Building Services Supervisor Corey Comrade is in charge of weed control for many public buildings in Champaign. After years of using traditional chemicals to do his job, Comrade decided that it was time for a change.
The less we can use chemicals, the better for everybody, better for the environment. I think a plus to that as well as cost is cheaper.
Thanks to Conrad, Champaign Public Works employees now use an agricultural-grade vinegar spray to deal with weed control. So even if it's just dealing with problems like weeds, like this dandelion right here, they're going to make sure that they're taking care of it in a way that's safe for everyone. 4 years ago, when Conrad had his first child, he started using a homemade version of the vinegar spray in his backyard to ensure his daughter's safety. Champaign Public Works Administrative Services Manager Chris Coster says Conrad's concern for his children was the driving force behind the switch to vinegar.
Seeing the leaves curling.
When he suggested that he could try the same stuff here at work, instead of using, chemicals, that was a great idea. And so, we let him run with it, and it's been successful so far.
There are many benefits to using vinegar instead of chemicals for weed control, but at the end of the day for Conrad, it all comes back to the safety of his children.
For me, I don't have to worry when going home that I'm cross-contaminating with anything that my kids might pick up.
People like Conrad prove that with enough goodwill and motivation, anyone can make a real difference in the world. An idea that he had for his own backyard set a precedent for the entire city of Champaign, and thanks to him, the city is safer.
That right there, we'd spray.
In Champaign, I'm Jacob Fajerstein, UI7 News. Simaja Miller may only be 9 years old, but she's already very involved in her community. When she's not in school, she spends much of her time with extracurricular activity.
Every single Wednesday and Thursday, me and my aunties, we go on programs, and I heard about the bingos, and I wanted to come.
But Miller's not just here to play bingo. She's here for a lesson in Black history. The bingo cards feature names and descriptions of historically prominent African Americans. Champaign librarian Labna Ben-Kemis organized this event to celebrate Black History Month in a way that would benefit the community's youth.
Education is extremely important for children. It's to shape their future.
Ben-Kemis believes that children learn better when they're having fun.
That's my favorite vaccine.
Every day, knowledge-hungry children like Simaja Miller come here to the Douglas branch of the Champaign Public Library. All month long, the library will be hosting events to celebrate Black History Month. Miller is particularly passionate about Black history because it inspires her to make a difference in the world. She says that her life goal is to make an impact in her community, just like many of the people she learned about while playing bingo.
To help other people and all the homeless people and all the Black people that need help.
If Miller accomplishes everything that she plans to, she just might go down in history herself. In Champaign, I'm Jacob Fajerstein, UI7 News. It's no secret that unofficial St. Patrick's Day is not the chaos that it once was. The Illinois Interfraternity Council, known as the IFC, has been a key player in taking some of the air out of the holiday. IFC President David Kessler says his main concern is safety.
And so we just want to make sure that none of our chapters are getting in trouble with the police or doing anything that would attract police attention or endanger their members or anyone else for that matter.
A major goal for Kessler is to limit the amount of underage drinking as much as possible during the holiday. The IFC's policy isn't required by law, but still, U of I police spokesman Patrick Wade extends his gratitude.
That's just the IFC saying no parties during unofficial. They don't have to do that, but we certainly appreciate it.
If you're planning on partying at a fraternity during unofficial, you're out of luck. The IFC will be making sure that no fraternities host any social events during the entirety of the weekend. Tomorrow, Kessler and other IFC officials will be patrolling the frats, making sure that there aren't any social gatherings. Throughout the day, the IFC and the university police will remain in contact. If a fraternity chooses to disobey the IFC, they'll alert authorities and the party will be shut down right away. The policy may be strict, but Kessler asserts that it's very rational.
You have the bars. You can go there, you can drink legally. There's no reason to be hosting an event in a chapter house on this day. Things just get rowdy and out of hand very quickly, so we're trying to make sure that that doesn't happen this year.
Underage drinkers may be out of luck tomorrow, but for those that are of the legal drinking age, the long-lasting Illini tradition will live on. In Champaign, I'm Jacob Fajerstein, UI7 News.
Personally, I'm really proud of Northwestern. I grew up in Evanston, Illinois, so I'm kind of like a hometown fan for.
I'm pretty happy too, because my best friend in high school actually plays for Northwestern, Nathan Taphorn. So it's pretty cool to see him on TV all the time.
That is awesome.
If the Wildcats make it to the Sweet 16, is there a parade in Evanston?
Oh, I think so.
I'm sure there will be. I'm sure it's going to be pretty wild.
4 Illini are preparing for the indoor NCAA track and field championships. For the women's team, senior Candy Block Jones will compete in the high jump, and junior Pedra Seymour will run in the 60-meter hurdles.
After a cold and snowy week, could warm weather be on the way?
You know, I really hope so that the sun comes out this week.
And I'm Jacob Fajerstein.
Trump continues to struggle after leaked audio highlighted his lewd comments about women.
Republican leaders are polling their support for the Trump campaign. Men's and women's track and field won't be the only Illini teams competing this weekend. Fighting Illini baseball will take on Coastal Carolina for a 3-game series in Conway, South Carolina. Women's tennis is headed to Tallahassee for tomorrow's matchup against Florida State University.
St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow, and the first day of spring is on Monday. Sarah, hopefully that means there's some good weather on the way.
Yeah, I really do hope that the weather gets nicer.